Polly Diamond and the Magic Book by Alice Kuipers, illustrated by Deanna Toledano. Chapter 2 Reading.
Polly? Mum calls from upstairs. Could you come and help Anna? I hear Anna yell, "No, no, no!" She's 3.5. "In 1 teeny minute," I yell back. I run my finger over the words.
"Hello, Polly Diamond," the book writes. "Stop! That tickles!"
I'm woozy. Woozy is one of my favorite words. I love words with double letters in them. I'm dizzy, double ZZ. I wonder if I might faint. I've always wondered what fainting would feel like. But I don't faint. Instead, I write, "How do you do that?"
"Do what?"
"Write back to me."
"I am a writing and spelling book. That's what I do. Do you like to write too?"
"Everything. Stories, lists."
"Like what?"
"Like this." Top names to call my new baby brother. Darwin, Fernando, Gil, Edgar, Basil. That's my favorite so far. Basil. It's the name of a herb and person. I love words that mean more than one thing, but really, I love all words.
"I love words too."
Can you think of any more names?
"How about names not to call your new baby brother? Waldo, Nightmare, Rocket, Banana."
I giggle. I add Pilot, Galaxy, Honeybee. The book writes,
"You need to think of a name for me too."
"Why?"
"It's your job to give me a name."
"Really? Fantabulous!"
"That's not a word."
"No?" "Polly, please," Mom calls. "Sorry, coming." I take my book with me. In the upstairs hallway, I leap over a roll of carpet. It's like a giant sleeping snake. This is a simile. I learned about similes from Miss Hairball. The carpet is not really a giant snake. It just looks a lot like one. I one-handed cartwheel into Anna's old room. It smells of new paint. Sunbeam yellow. "Careful, Polly!" Mom cries. Dad comes in, rubbing his eyes behind his glasses. He's still in his PJs.
"Hey, Polly D, I think your mom called you 2,000 times.
His feet look like hairy gorilla feet. This is not a simile. He is wearing his gorilla slippers. "She called me twice," I say.
"She called you 3 billion times, he jokes.
"Anna, this is not your room anymore," Mom says. Anna is jumping on the baby mattress on the floor. I can't believe I have to share a room with her. I make a list in my head. Ways to get Anna out of my bedroom. Tell her it's haunted. Turn her into a pet rock. Put a lock on the door. Move her bed into a nearby river and watch it float away. Dad started putting together our old crib yesterday. He hasn't finished it. Bits of it are all over the floor. The curtains are on the floor too, along with a pile of new blue baby clothes that Granny sent. Having a contractor dad means our house is always under construction. When I was little, I thought his job was in deconstruction, not construction, because he's always taking apart something in our house. Mom rubs her huge tummy. I think about what the baby is doing in there. Maybe somersaults. Maybe he'll be an acrobat. I imagine our family circus. Dad, clown. Mom, ringmaster. Anna, dancer. Me, lion tamer. Names for our family circus. The dazzling diamonds. The gem stars. The jumping jewels. Dad wiggles his huge gorilla feet.
"Take Anna downstairs, Polly Poppet."
"But I want to show you my new book. It writes back to me." Anna jumps over. "Can I see it?" "No, do not touch it."
Why don't you start making chocolate chip pancake batter? Dad gently turns me towards the bedroom door. I'll be down to help in a minute. We can look at your book then, okay?
Yum, okay, that's a deal. Downstairs, I pull out Granny's recipe book. I love the smell of the old yellow pages. I love her scribbled notes. I find her pancake recipe. I open our cupboard. We have no flour, but there's a can of baking powder. It looks exactly like flour. I dump the baking powder into a bowl. I crack 1 egg on top. I pick out the pieces of shell. I tip in a cup of milk and stir the mix, which fizzes a bit. Then, the best part, I pour in chocolate chips. Ta-da! Maybe when I grow up, I can be a chef. Welcome to Diamond's Delicious Desserts, I sing. I love words that all begin with the same letter. Amazing alliterations. I whip open my new book and write. Polly Diamond's new and improved chocolate chip pancakes. 1 cup of baking powder, 1 egg, 1 cup of milk, lots of chocolate chips, rainbow sprinkles to decorate, a dollop of whipped cream. Dad comes into the kitchen. There is milk all over the counter and egg gunk on the floor. Somehow Anna has gotten a hold of the syrup bottle. Dad's eyebrows shoot up.
Wow, Polly, you sure went to town in here.
It could be worse, I say. I didn't spill any sprinkles.
You clean up, I'll cook.
He inspects the pancake mix.
Polly, did you follow the recipe?
We have no flour, I say. I use baking powder instead.
Baking powder-tastic, Polly Parrot. He scoops my mix into the garbage. I'll make it again. He turns to the cupboard. Polly, what's this?
I frown because on the shelf there's a full cup of what looks like baking powder. But the can of baking powder I used is already out on the counter. Next to the baking powder on the shelf is a cup of milk and a dollop of whipped cream. An egg rolls out and smashes on the floor. Chocolate chips and rainbow sprinkles are everywhere. Dad rubs his forehead as Mum waddles in like a penguin.
Miss made a mess, Dad says to her. Don't worry, love, we're just about to clean up.
Refusing to worry, refusing to look, Mom says, keeping her gaze on the ceiling. Oh no, I looked. I'm leaving right now. Sorry, Mom, I say. Sorry is always a useful word when Mom is frowning. I kiss Mom goodbye. I kiss Mom's huge tummy too. Bye, baby. I definitely think we should call you Gil or Basil. Basil is the top name on my list, and it means an herb and a person's name. I know, Mom finishes. She kisses the top of my head, then kisses the tip of my nose. She heads out the door. I turn to Dad. Can we do my bedroom today? My bedroom, Anna yells.
If you clean up some of your stuff so I can reach the walls, Dad suggests. Then we can paint, but first let's start in here.
I give him a huge hug. Then I begin to wipe up the mysterious, messy mess in the cupboard. Chapter 2 Questions. Polly was coming up with names for her baby brother. What does your name mean? Ask your parents who named you, why they chose that name, and research the meaning. Remember to cite your sources. For example, according to the website, my name means. A simile is when a noun, a person, place, or thing, is compared to another noun, so people can understand how they are alike. They are two different things, but you refer to the other object to find something that is similar, to build understanding and for people to visualize. You can use is as a, or is like a. For example, Polly says a simile that the rolled up carpet is like a giant sleeping snake because a snake is long like the carpet. Choose 3 different things and create a simile, comparing it to something else to help others have a better understanding or connection to visualize what you are meaning. Polly has to share a room with her sister when her baby brother is born. 1. How does Polly feel about this? What is your evidence from the text and looking at the pictures? You can respond. Polly feels, and then you put your answer, that she has to give up her room to her baby brother and share a room with her sister. I know this because in the picture it shows, or I know this because in the text it says. Okay. Number 2, explain a time you have had to share something you really like with your brother or sister. What was it? How did you feel about it? If you don't have a brother or sister, explain a time you had to share something you really like with someone. Who was it? What was it? And how did you feel about it?
Polly loves words that have double letters like woozy and dizzy. List 10 words you can think of that have double letters.
Polly tries to help make some pancakes. What is your favorite recipe that your family cooks or you like to help with at home? Describe some of the details, such as the ingredients and the steps to making it. Then, describe the final product when it is done being made, using adjectives, descriptive words, to help the reader visualize what it is. For example, the texture, the smell, and the taste. The author uses adjectives, describing words, to help the reader, you, visualize what she is writing about. Look at the adjectives she used in bold below. 1. Come up with a synonym, another word that means the same thing, or another adjective that would describe each noun, person, place, or thing. Huge, gorilla feet. New, baby brother. Giant, sleeping snake. New paint. Old room. Chocolate chip pancake batter. 2. Add some adjectives for these words that did not have one in the story. Use your own knowledge and experience to choose one to describe the noun. Book, hallway, dancer. And 3, choose 3 nouns, person, place, or thing, in your house to describe using an adjective.